Hey guys, so today we want to compare the Galaxy Mega 6.3 phone from Samsung, their new lineup of phones, or their new Samsung lineup. Yeah, that was my phone, that was my note too, that was my main phone. I probably got a mail from one of you guys. But today we'll be comparing it against the iPhone 5 with the latest iOS 7 Beta 2, which comes definitely with some new additions, but I assume that if you watch this video, you probably even haven't seen this sick phone, the Mega phone, which is extremely big here from Samsung. If you want to know what it is, it's like a mid-range smartphone, which is bigger than the Note 2. There are two Mega phones out. It's the Mega 5.8 inch, and it's also being called Mega 5.8, and then we do have this one, which is Mega 6.3, which is insanely big, insanely awesome. The only negative thing is that if you want to have the best, this one is only though a mid-range device, so it doesn't come with the best specs. The display is like a TFT display, so the viewing angles is not all that great compared to AMOLED. You only get around 8 gigabytes of storage. I'm not sure if they have a 16 gigabyte variant, but it's definitely not a 16 gigabyte variant or like 32 gigabyte variant or 16 gigabyte variant available. I'm pretty sure 8 gigabyte or 16 might be available, but I think most storage stores and stuff will only stack the 8 gigabyte variant, so you won't have that much memory. If you want to have a lot of games and you can't install games on the SD card, they've made it a little bit harder. So definitely games will also becoming way bigger there in terms of its size. And definitely it's pretty interesting now with the new Galaxy Mega that it's getting a competitor, the new Xperia Z Ultra from Sony, which is a little bit bigger, 6.4 inch. But the good thing with that phone is that it's thinner. It's probably one of the thinnest devices ever out there right now. It has the best specs. It's a full high-end smartphone, thinner, quad-core, a better screen probably. And that's definitely nice that you do get the specs, but of course you will have to pay a little bit more for that awesome things. Check out here iOS 7 Beta 2 coming with some new additions over here, tweaks on the lock screen when we are playing music. I'm of course not going to play loud right now because that would be probably some copyright problems, but you can see here how it looks like a little bit edited here on the screen. You still have access, just as in iOS 6, access to the camera pretty quick there to load up with the new panorama mode, but then overall kind of looks the same over there. You still only have of course apps here on the screen. You can't have cool epic widgets that you can have on the Mega. And if you're wondering, is the Mega too big to have? Actually, it's not too big. I can actually have it in my pocket. It's definitely a big phone, and if you don't like the Note series, this is definitely going to be big. But the cool thing is that compared to the Note 2, it kind of feels almost better because it's thinner. So the Xperia Z Ultra is going to be even more cool because when a phone gets thinner, you can have a pretty big device because when it's thin, it feels very, very small. And now, of course, this is still a big device. Most of the times, you're probably going to use it with two hands to type and stuff. And if you want me to do, please tell me in the comment section down below if you want a specific videos comparing the browser and stuff between these two devices. I can definitely check that out. But as I said, one of the main things here with Android, we have cool widgets here, very cool widgets here, story album, a music player. And the cool thing with some of these widgets is that you can change the size of them. And here you can definitely see how useful this could be, where you don't even have to open up an app, you just have to change page here to check out the calendar and see what's going on. Even though this is quite good integrated also in the iPhone with latest update that you swipe down like this. You have today here and you will see the calendar here, so they bring in a great focus here on the calendar. And also one thing that's very, very nice here with iOS is of course that when you swipe up right now, you get a kind of control center. This is also available on lock screen if you want. You can also disable it, but now you get some toggles inside of the iPhone 5's iOS 7 update. It was of course in the first update as well, but you kind of get the kind of same feel here as you would get on a Samsung device, that you have this cool brightness slider. You do get some important toggles here like Wi-Fi, airplane mode, Bluetooth mode, screen rotation, but then of course you have a ton of more here. If you check out in my Samsung device, we get a ton of more. And this is what I really do like Samsung, that they have a ton of toggles. something I really want to see in the HTC phones like the HTC One. I really hope that we will see that, and that HTC will be focusing a little bit more on that as well. Also some new additions here with Beta 2. First, voice memo. So you can record voices and stuff and record that and have store that. It was available in early versions of iOS, but not the first variant. You also now in iMessage, when you do group talk, you can see pictures of the ones that you're talking with. Safari could also have some tweaks if you live in the US. I'm pretty sure I didn't see that, but some US websites were informing me about that. The FaceTime app should be a little bit darker. Overall, the phone should definitely feel snappier here. And one thing I do like with the new iOS 7 update here definitely is that when we bring up stuff like the keyboard, let's see here if I can set up my Galaxy Mega here pretty quick. The Galaxy Mega, of course, I have a ton of videos already on that. But if you want to see more videos, then definitely I will be doing that. Let's see here if we can check it out. So we go into the settings area here. We go to my device, we go down, language and input, Samsung keyboard, setup input. Okay, we can't check that out. I don't want to open up Google now because then you will see my history, and maybe I don't want to show you that. Maybe I don't want to show you that. Okay, there we go. So here we do have the keyboard with my Galaxy Mega, and one thing as you can see that Apple is bringing great focus here in iOS 7 is definitely that more things should be transparent. So you can see the background here. You can't see the background here. It's dark. It's just dark. And then also you can see it's definitely when we swipe down like this, you can see that it's transparent here. In the Galaxy Mega it looks a little bit more boring, a little bit more black. And also when we go into the settings here, Samsung has definitely made it better in the latest in Android 4.2 that we do get with the Galaxy Mega, the latest version of Android, and that they made tabs up here, so very easy to navigate your device. If you want to go to accounts, you just do that. They made a great update there, but still I can't help it to think that the gingerbread, or it kind of still looks like an old version of Android, or TouchWiz definitely needs to get updated, I think, here in the menus. I don't think it's a super big thing, but I just think it looks very ugly here with the buttons and this black theme over here, compared to what you would get on the iPhone here, which I still think that it looks a little bit more cleaned up and stuff, but Apple's been very good at doing that. If you haven't seen iOS 7, of course, you can see that all the icons have changed. I'm not sure if they're gonna go back to more like a normal look later on. I'm really not sure about that. So we can also check out voice assistant, and I'm probably going to do separate browser videos because that's kind of interesting. So of course with the Galaxy Mega we do have things like S-Voice, which is Samsung's own voice assistant that they are doing to compete against Apple Siri. So let's first check out Apple Siri and the new male voice. What is 2 plus 2? And you can also see the cool transparent background here.
The answer is 4.
And you can see it's taking advantage of Wolfram Alpha here. Also, S-Voice is doing that. Skip. What is 2 plus 2? And when we tap on more here, you can see that we can see some more information. Same information actually that you would get on the iPhone, because they're both bringing out Wolfram Alpha. Now let's try to set an alarm on these, because that's usually what I use voice assistant for. Of course, if you want to be a power user, there's just so much things you can do with your phone nowadays. But set alarm at 5 p.m.
Okay, it's on.
So just because it's a little bit slower here with the Galaxy Mega, you can see that it was a little bit slower, and then it was bringing up information here on the Siri, or it was hearing Siri talk and things. And this one doesn't want to stop talking, or I have to disable it.
All right, this is your alarm for 30.
Okay, just be quiet. Okay, just in general, S Voice feels like a cheap variant of Siri, a little bit slower and stuff, but of course in the end it will get the work done. And then of course you can just use Google Now, also to use it as a voice assistant with Android. Set alarm at 5 p.m. There you go, and we can quickly disable it. That alarm, which is very nice. I'll also probably go over separate things. Of course, both these phones are snappy, and definitely it's cool that you can get a mega phone that is very snappy here. If you really want a big phone, this one is pretty expensive though. But if you want a big fat ass screen and you don't want to wait for the Galaxy Note 3, it's an interesting device. I definitely would love it more with more high-end specs and an S Pen and that, but then of course it would be more expensive. And now we're really closing into the Note 3, which is gonna be Samsung's next lineup of big phones, and I'm definitely probably gonna pick it up. So in future I'm probably gonna do, if you want, separate videos where I will be comparing things like the browser, maybe do some benchmarking videos and stuff with the Galaxy Mega versus the iPhone. But you can tell me about that in the comment section down below, and I will see you if I read your comment. If I do, usually I try to see if I can find a very nice comment and then respond to that. But you can really see it here that the power with the Galaxy Mega really comes when you want to read a lot of text. It really is big, and it looks awesome, and it's great in many ways. And I want to do videos that you shows why, or the good things, the very good things with the Mega. I mean, especially in terms of gaming, I've made a lot of gameplays on it. I've been doing, just imagine watching movies and stuff. It's gonna be amazing on that device, and there's just so many things you can do with the huge displays. It kind of becomes like a thing that you can replace your computer with. While Apple, a little bit more here with the iPhone, is probably focusing on that the phone is gonna be a phone, and then you have your computer, your iMac or something, where Samsung is a little bit more flexible. They are saying that if you want everything on your device and want to have a big display, sure, pick up this device. So, quick little video, hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Yeah, peace.